A dark princess. There once was a princess named Elara who lived in the shadowy kingdom of Nocturnia. Elara, in contrast to those who came before her, was endowed with a remarkable talent, the capacity to control shadows and the dark. She was both feared and respected by her followers because she was born during a lunar eclipse. King Aelar and Queen Morgana, Elara's parents, had long battled to keep Nocturnia peaceful. Encircled by antagonistic realms, their domain was a gloomy lighthouse, frequently misinterpreted and demonized. Their greatest strength and biggest curse came from the black magic that ran through their family. Elara experienced loneliness as a child. Her abilities were murmured by the populace, who dubbed her the Dark Princess. Despite their deep affection for her, her parents were unable to protect her from the court's distrust and terror. Her only comfort was found in the old library of Nocturnia's castle, where she studied historical and magical texts to better comprehend her powers. A neighboring kingdom called Elara launched a surprise invasion one fateful day. Their sunny army broke through Nocturnia's defenses, unleashing mayhem and devastation. Despite their heroic efforts, King Aelar and Queen Morgana were overpowered by the enemy's overwhelming might. Elara realized she needed to take action when the castle walls collapsed. Elara entered the fight by using all of her inner might. She exuded confidence, and it seemed as though she could control the shadows. She blinded the attackers by casting a thick cloak of darkness over them with a wave of her hand. Tendrils of shadow shot forth, entangling the enemy warriors and drawing them into the chasm, causing the ground underneath her to quiver. However, the conflict was far from ended. Elara's gloom vanished as a brilliant light burst from the eyes of Sir Lucian, the knight who led Elara's warriors. With a resolute gaze, he stepped closer to her. "Princess Elara," he yelled, "your powers are formidable, but light will always triumph over darkness." Heart thumping, Elara held her ground. "You do not comprehend, Sir Lucian. Just as light is not intrinsically good, darkness is also not bad. What our planet needs is balance." The two collided in a dazzling show of light and shadow as their forces collided. Elara noticed Lucian's resolve during their battle and understood that he was fighting for his people as well. She was aware that constant strife would only result in greater misery. Elara used her last remaining energy to conjure a spell that covered Lucian and herself in a dome of shadows. Cut off from the fighting outside, they were compelled to engage in combat without the support of their army within. "Enough," Elara steadily stated, "we shall both perish in this conflict. Let's look for an alternative." After hesitating, Lucian nodded. "What do you propose?" Elara held out her hand. "A ceasefire. We can work together to create a solution that will balance our domains." Darkness and light function together. When Lucian took her hand, the battlefield became quiet and the shadows disappeared. As their leaders stood side by side, unified in their pursuit of peace, the soldiers of both kingdoms gazed in wonder. Following their partnership in the years that followed, Nocturnia and Elara brought about an unparalleled period of prosperity. Elara, the Dark Princess, rose to prominence as a symbol of harmony, her legacy demonstrating that understanding and hope could illuminate the world even in the most dire circumstances. As a result, the Dark Princess's bravery and insight transformed this shadowy kingdom of Nocturnia for all time, enabling it to flourish not despite but precisely because of its darkness.